And what you say, Craig?
I don't remember.
What it was
Oh,
supposed to.
we're about to go over here though.
Go on.
Gays, let's talk about femphobia, because way too many of you are still saying mask only and pretending like it's a preference, or you're keeping your voice low like you're going to be found out. I'm Brian, a gay therapist working with gay men. Here's what's real. Femphobia is not about attraction or about personality traits. It's about shame. The majority of us did grow up learning that being feminine made us targets. And that was true. It was not that long ago in this country that being overtly effeminate or overtly gay could get you fired, get you arrested, or get you labeled mentally ill by the medical establishment. So really, it's no wonder we built armor, deep voices, muscles, stoicism, just in order to survive. But now, as adults, in 2025, that same armor is keeping us disconnected from each other and from ourselves. When you reject femininity in other men, you're very often rejecting parts of yourself that were once punished. And those might also be the parts that were creative and expressive and tender and free. So if you're interested in healing, healing really starts when you stop policing what real men should look like or act like, and start letting yourself and the men around you be yourselves. So what's the next right action for you? Ask yourself, who taught you that softness made you less of a man? And are you still living by those rules? See what happens if you drop just one piece of that armor today. You might find that it feels really good. And maybe dropping a few more pieces of that armor tomorrow could feel even better. So what do you think? Does femphobia show up in your life? Let me know in the comments.
I think that is one of the hindrances with black gay men. And I can't say that it doesn't happen with white gay men. I don't know because I'm not over there. But I think that that's one of the things, this whole idea of mask for mask. All too often, I think black gay men are searching for a straight man in a gay man. They're looking for gay men to move and present like a straight man. I don't care who you are, how masculine you are or think you are. We can always see a slip somewhere. The slip is going to show. That little doily on the end, down there underneath. Mm-hmm. We sometimes are looking for a straight man and a gay man. And I think that's part of the reason why our relationships end prematurely, not because it's wrong to be gay, but because we're looking for a partner to move through the world with where nobody can know that we're gay. We want to be able to move through the world stealth, especially if you come from a family that's homophobic and they're against gay this and gay that. You want a man that you can move through the world with, go out to eat with, bring around your family, and y'all just look like boys.
Well, I wouldn't look like a boy with my man. So that's your experience.
Right.
I wouldn't look like a boy with my man.
Yeah. But that's why, like I just filmed another season of Telling Our Stories, and this one is again Black, Gay, and Aging. And I said to them, it's gonna air in probably about a week or so. I said to them, if you all are saying that you want to be in a relationship, and you're afraid of growing old alone, what is it that you're doing differently to show up in these relationships differently? My question was, aren't you tired of starting over? Like you get into a relationship with someone and you're with them for a year, or we'll give the gays 2 years. And that's a stretch.
That's generous.
That's generous. But like, you're not tired of starting over every 6 to 9 months? It's like a merry-go-round. It's like you see these same people out on the scene in the community, and you're spending time with them now. You're dating now for 6 months or 8 months or whatever, and then y'all break up. And then next season, they're now dating somebody else that you've seen on the scene as well. It's like this revolving door. It's like y'all playing merry-go-round. Oh, you had him last season for 6 months. Oh, I got him next. You know what I mean? And so it's like, I think we get so focused and distracted on the immaterial things. And I said this to my friend circle, and I said this in the episode of Telling Our Stories. I said, I think that I think it's a defense mechanism when people sometimes search and look for, oh, well, this can't work because, oh, his credit score ain't too good. Like, I literally have a friend who said, child, what's his credit score? I'm like, girl, first of all, you ain't gonna be with him long enough for his credit score to even matter. Why does his credit score matter? His credit score is only going to matter if you're going to be buying a house or something together. And bitch, you can't even stay with somebody for 6 months. So what does it matter if his credit score is 800 or 3? So again, I think sometimes we look for reasons to not get into a relationship. Oh yeah, I don't know because he's a Gemini. Oh, I don't know because he only works at such and such. Or he ain't got his car ain't nice. Or oh, he don't, like, we make all of these excuses. But I think that in and of itself is a defense mechanism, because the truth is you're really afraid of intimacy. You're really afraid of locking in with someone. So you dig up all of these excuses and reasons why it can't work, because you have a fear of even getting started. And I think a lot of us will end up old and alone because you just wouldn't allow yourself to become emotionally naked, emotionally vulnerable, to really partner.
Well, what's wrong with being older and alone?
Well, it's nothing wrong with it. But I'm saying, like, for people who are saying, I want partnership, I want to be in a relationship, but you're doing all of the things to sabotage it.
Well,
you get into a healthy relationship, and then you lack self-control, and then you go fuck some old thing, or you go fuck somebody new. Are you not tired of starting over?
So here's my question.
Why would you go fuck that relationship up? Well, how many good opportunities do you think you're going to get? Go ahead.
My question is, I'm looking at the way the relationships are going nowadays in the Libiquita community, and everybody has to have a third wheel.
Listen, that's one of the, I want to do Telling Our Stories, the couples edition. And that's the next one. When I come back from Africa, we doing it. Because one of the things, and I already got the questions written out. I mean, I've had it for over a year. But here's the problem with Telling Our Stories. And I know I get your emails and your messages when you guys are saying, well, you need to do a conversation with this. I have a list of conversations, and a lot of the ones that you guys are sending me, I already have on there. The challenge is, people don't want to have these kinds of conversations openly and on camera. I don't want to have the conversation if we're not going to be transparent. The purpose of Telling Our Stories is to bridge communities and to really open up dialogue and to shine a light on a pathway for those coming behind us can have a clearer path. But to your point, I think that there are people who believe that the only way that a relationship can sustain or reach 3, 5, 7, 10, 15 years is if they open up the relationship, is if it becomes open, if it becomes, we do threesomes and da-da-da, or if there's cheating and then you repair the relationship and get back together. I am of the belief that those things don't have to happen. I believe that it requires discipline, and I believe it requires two people who really want the relationship and who are really willing to do the work. And if you get to a point that your feelings have changed, or the relationship has expired, or it's become stale, then you need to be emotionally mature enough to say, babe, listen, we had a great run. I no longer can commit to this relationship. We've been together for 5 years. And then at that point, you bow out and you move on. But a lot of times,
what if the person is not ready to move on? What if they're over there like, well, let's give it another try. Let's work it out.
But if you know your mind and you're starting to wander, and you're starting to get those urges and desires to sleep with someone else, and you know that you're ready to step outside of the boundaries of the relationship. Like, for example, you and I are in a relationship, and we have a conversation at the beginning of the relationship that there is no fucking nobody else. I'm just saying hypothetically.
Okay.
You know you don't want a relationship where y'all both just fucking other people.
I don't, but I also understand what the type of men that.
Correct. So this is my point. So for example, let's just say you and I are in a relationship and we say, listen, there's no fucking nobody else. We've set the boundaries. That's one of the boundaries. There's no stepping out of here. If I get to the point, or you get to the point where you realize I'm ready to fuck something else, that's when the relationship is expiring. It's like a relationship contract. The relationship is expiring, or maybe it's becoming stale. And you say, listen, we had a great 5 years.
So you throw 5 years away just answer me this. You throw 5 years away over an attraction for and a want for intimate or a sexual encounter with someone else?
Not me, some of them.
But would you?
No. But what I'm saying is, because I know me and I've known me for 49 years.
Okay.
If I get to a point that I am ready to go and fuck somebody else, I've already divested my emotion from you, my feelings. I literally just had that conversation the other day with two of my friends, with Jack and my friend Elliot. And I was saying to them, I've never been one to just cheat. Now at 27, I cheated one time, but I'm not a cheater. I cheated in that moment because I was young. I lacked emotional intelligence enough to say, babe, listen, this is what's happening. Let's have a conversation. I didn't do that. I acted out. That was the one time at 27.
So do you think that relationships should be thrown away after one time of infidelity?
Okay, let's come to that next. But wait a minute. So I said to my friends, when I'm in a relationship with somebody, I don't see nobody else.
Well, that's your eyes.
Right. But what I'm telling you is, if I get to a point where I'm starting to see other people, it's time for me to see other people.
Well, you do know that.
But I'm not going to just cheat. I'm going to say, listen, we might need to step back. Something's going on. Like my mind is going somewhere else. Like, you know what I'm saying? That's what I think people should do. But what were you going to say?
You do know that in every relationship, one loves the other one more than the other one does.
I believe so.
Always. In the relationship, one of the person loves the partner more. It's never an equal.
I don't think it's ever balanced. But the thing I agree with that, but I also agree that it's hard to quantify it. Like, if we're in a relationship and I love you more than you love me, I don't know if you can actually quantify it and be able to prove that I do love you more than, you know what I'm saying? I do think that happens, but how do you really measure it and say, oh yeah, Craig definitely loves Madison more than she loves him? Sometimes it's really obvious, but I'm talking about in those instances where it's not very obvious. You know what I'm saying? But going back to your question, do you leave after
infidelity once or even twice?
And see, you're developing a pattern. See, the first time you're taking a gamble because you have to risk another broken heart because you don't know if they're going to cheat again. You're taking a chance with your heart. You don't know if they're going to cheat again. I could try to move past it. And maybe sincerely, you are apologetic. Because again, when I cheated at 27, this is why I've never cheated again. Because I saw how I hurt him. I saw it. And I never want to hurt somebody like that. And I don't think he ever forgave me. To this day, I don't think he ever forgave me.
Does he watch the show?
I don't know.
Have you forgiven my daughter?
But I recently called him because his mom passed.
Mm-hmm, you told me.
Yeah, that was the same person.
Mm-hmm.
And so I don't know if you let me say this. When someone cheats that first time.
Oh, somebody said Maddie is a Libra, they cheat. No, that's not true. Craig is a Taurus. I'm a Taurus rising. I'm very loyal.
Yeah. Yeah.
But if I know what I'm dealing with.
Right. And see, with me, if I know what I'm dealing with, I'm leaving. Like, I'm not gonna do the tit for tat, and I'm gonna do,
I'm petty.
Mm-hmm. So what I'm saying is, if a person cheats that one time, you take the risk. If you take the risk to try to work through it and move past it, maybe it could just be it end up being a benchmark for your relationship. It could be a benchmark for your relationship. It could really set and lay a new foundation for your relationship. It could make the relationship stronger because that person could sincerely recognize that they hurt you, and they could recognize what they had What you about to say?
Girl, you just tear me up. Girl, it's not true. I am the most loyal partner you can ever have.
Libras are definitely liars and cheaters.
Well, I'm not lying. I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm just not gonna tell you everything that happened. That's not a lie. I didn't feel the need I needed to tell you that.
Well, it's withholding the truth.
No, it's me not trying to hurt your feelings.
I don't need you to spare my. See, that's the other thing. I don't need you to try to manage my feelings. You need to tell me the truth. Let me manage my motherfucking feelings. Because see, now I think you're a liar and you're deceptive, and now you definitely got to go. But see, I think that's the thing about relationships, and I say this in telling our stories when you watch. People, what is the thing that people, and I said it just like this in the show, what's the one thing that people will always say a relationship must have in order for a relationship to work?
Loyalty.
Communication.
Oh.
I just want to sit here for a second.
What?